Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in this ASMR video, meant to help you relax and fall asleep, we're going to look at the football results from the Champions League, Europa League and Conference League from matchday 6. And then at the end of the video, we're going to look at the draw for the next stage, the knockout stages, and I'm going to give you my predictions. How's that sound? Okay, let's look at the predictions from matchday 6 in the Champions League to start off. Because we had a competitive league, and I'm going to show the winner of that as well. I didn't do too badly. I think it's my best one so far, 44 points. I only started in matchday 3, 42 points. Had a terrible matchday 4, 28 points. Then 43 points and 44 points. So I said 1-0. Leverkusen Club Brugge, it was 0-0, so 4 points to me. I said 1-1 with Porto Atletico, but Porto managed to win that, 2-1. I said 2-1 to Tottenham, I got the score spot on, so that is 6 points to me. I said 1-1 with Sporting, I was a little shocked with this result, but well done to Frankfurt, 2-1 to them. And I said 2-0 to Barcelona, and they won 4-2. Bayern, I said would win 2-0, and that's the exact score. I said 0-0 with Rangers Ajax, but actually Ajax won 3-1 up in Scotland. I said 1-1 Napoli with Liverpool, but Liverpool won at home in Anfield 2-0. I also said 1-0 with Shakhtar Donetsk and Leipzig, but Leipzig actually had an easy 4-0 victory. They were all over Shakhtar, actually, I remember watching that match. I said 2-0 to Real Madrid, and they actually spanked Celtic on the bottom 5-1. And I said 2-1 Benfica. What a match. 6-1, they needed that scoreline to get through in first place, and as it was unfolding, the last kick of the match, João Mario scored. Hell of a goal from outside the box, and they won 6-1 and came top. Who would have thunk it before the match? 6-1. And Juve lost at home. No, I said they would lose at home 3-1, and they lost at home 2-1. And Copenhagen have had a decent turnaround of results in the latter stages of the group stage. I said they'd lose 1-0 home to Dortmund, but 1-0. And I said Man City to win 1-0 in Sevilla. Oh, at home against Sevilla. And they won 3-1. I said Milan to beat Salzburg 2-1, but it was a 4-0 victory. And lastly, Chelsea to beat Dinamo Zagreb 2-1, and it was a 2-0, and it was 2-1. Let's have a look then at our leagues, and we'll see the winner. Borussia Mauri, you are the winner, congratulations. Asil is second, Duarte F. Maya is third, I'm down in 9th. So I've got some catching up to do in the knockout stages. If you want to join, then the info is in the description box below. So do join us for the knockout stages. Okay, I'm going to keep the knockouts till the end of the video. So we're going to look now at Europa League. No skipping, naughty. And then the Conference League, and then look at all the knockouts. Okay, so this version of this app is not as good as the Champions League one. It always messes up. Look, I press login to play and it doesn't let me. So I can't see what my predictions were, unfortunately, for matchday 6. But we'll talk about the results anyway. So Monaco beat Red Star 4-1. I don't think I would have predicted that. Monaco's starting to pick up form again, both in Europe and Ligue 1. Trabzonspor beat Ferencváros 1-0. A lot of my Turkish subscribers are really pleased with the Turkish teams, so well done to you guys. Olympiacos lost at home to Nantes 2-0. Surprisingly, Freiburg, who are second in the Bundesliga, could only draw 1-1 away to Karabakh, in Azerbaijan. Sheriff beat Omonia Nicosia 1-0 at home. And Man United managed to get a 1-0 victory away to Real Sociedad, but crucially, it wasn't enough to top the group. I think 2-0 is what they needed. Lazio lost away to Feyenoord 1-0. Midtjylland beat Sturm Graz 2-0 at home. Braga beat Malmö 2-1 at home, continuing the very good form of the Portuguese teams this European campaign. Berlin, in the battle of the two surprising smaller clubs who are doing really well both in Europe and domestically this season and last season. Union Berlin beat Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium 1-0. Betis managed a 3-0 victory to HJK of Finland. Roma, oh what a controversial match, God. Roma won 3-0 against Ludogorets, but if you didn't see this match, you might think that they performed quite well. 3-1 looks like a commanding scoreline. So it's 2-1. Ludogorets score an equaliser. It gets ruled out by VAR for a hand in the face in the build-up. It's a bit soft. And then Roma, so then it's 2-1 and then Roma score another goal on the break because Ludogorets have to get a result. They've piled forward. And then Zaniolo basically does this amazing jink, runs through 3 players and puts it under the goalkeeper's legs. So really Roma should have been out. So I feel sorry for my Ludogorets subscriber fans. But yeah, Roma on paper won the match. And if you're a Roma fan, then congratulations, Zaniolo is amazing. Full time with Rennes, only 1-1 with Larnaca. Fenerbahce won away 2-0. Bordeaux Glimt lost at home to PSV 2-1. And Arsenal managed to beat Zurich 1-0 in the Emirates in London. Okay, so again, we'll look at the knockouts and the tables shortly. I'm going to go to the Conference League next. Okay, so this is the Conference League. Istanbul Başakşehir beating Hearts 3-1 at home. RFS of Latvia losing 3-0 at home to Fiorentina. AZ Alkmaar winning against Dnipro 2-1. Apollon beating Vaduz of Liechtenstein 1-0. Punic losing at home to Bâle 2-1. Žalgiris losing at home 2-0 to Slovan Bratislava. Gent managing a 4-0 win against Molde. Djurgården winning against Shamrock Rovers of Ireland 1-0. Congratulations to them, the first Swedish team to still be in Europe after Christmas for a million years. Cluj beating Balkani 1-0. Slavia Praha drawing with Sivasspor 1-1. Cologne drawing 2-2 with Nice. Partizan drawing 1-1 with Slovatsko. Silkeborg losing at home 2-0 to Anderlecht. Steaua Bucharest losing at home 3-0 to West Ham. Hapoel Beersheva beating Austria Vienna 4-0 at home. Bit of a big scoreline, well done. And Lech Poznan beating Villarreal at home 3-0. Impressive. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the start and we're going to do the final tables and the knockout rounds for you, starting with the Champions League. Here we go. Okay, so this is the Champions League now. Looking at Group A, Napoli top it, 15 points. Liverpool did beat them at home, but it wasn't by enough goal difference. So they come in second, which is crucial when you see the very interesting draw for the knockouts. Ajax go down to the Europa League. Rangers are out. Group B, Porto top the group. Club Brugge do get through, so congratulations to them. They must be the first Belgian side to get through to the knockouts for some time. Belgian football is really doing very well at the moment. The league is a really interesting league, competitive, good quality. Leverkusen managed, after a horrific start both in the league and in Europe, to get third. I didn't realise. So Atletico are out of Europe. Wow. Okay, Group C, Bayern obviously finished top. Inter second, famously Barcelona third, with European club football in the Europa League for them from next year. Pilsen, in that group of hell, are put out of their misery and they finish bottom. Group D, Spurs managed to get top, and Frankfurt second, Sporting third, so they continue to have European football in the new year. Marseille are out of Europe, bottom of the table. There were 3 points throughout the night where the complete opposite happened. Marseille were through, Sporting were through. Late goals from Tottenham and Frankfurt put them through at the last minute. It could have been completely the opposite. What an interesting group that was. Group E, Chelsea managed to get top after a slow start, 13 points. Milan came second. Salzburg just pushed Dinamo Zagreb out, so they come in third. It's a shame for Dinamo because they were very entertaining throughout. Well done to them. And Real Madrid in Group F come top. Leipzig come second. And Shakhtar Donetsk are third, so they continue to be in Europe in the new year. Celtic come bottom, but they did manage to get 2 points. Group G, Man City at the top, of course, with 14 points. Dortmund second. Sevilla managed to get third, but it was tighter with Copenhagen than they would have wanted. Well done to Copenhagen in a very tough group. 3 points to them, but they're out. And lastly, Group H, Benfica came top because of that 6-1 scoreline. Paris Saint-Germain in second, which again is very important. Juventus managing third, but via goal difference over Maccabi Haifa. So a bit of a poor campaign for them so far. They will be in the Europa League though. Okay, let's look at the draw. So, Salzburg are against... Oh no, hang on, sorry, that's the wrong one. February, there we are. Okay, so the round of 16. Club Brugge are going to be against Benfica. I think that's going to be an interesting tie. I slightly feel that Benfica, based on how many goals they're scoring this season, are going to win that. But I think we've all learned not to count Club Brugge out just yet. So I think I'm going 60% Benfica to win that one. Really juicy match, Dortmund against Chelsea. If I had to predict this one, again, I think it's really tight. I would probably say 55% chance of Chelsea winning this, but would not be shocked at all if Dortmund did. Okay, then Liverpool have drawn, who else? Real Madrid. So by coming second in the group, they have got Real Madrid rather than a second placed team. They'll probably be quite gutted with that, but they feel they're in with a good chance. I, however, feel that Real Madrid will win that match. Percentage chance, if I had to say, 60-40. So I think Real Madrid will win that. But obviously it's Liverpool, one of the stronger sides in England, so it will not be easy. Okay, so next up is Frankfurt, and they have got Napoli in the next round. To be honest, Napoli are the in-form team across all of the larger European leagues. At the second, they're still top of Serie A. I think they're on something like a 11 or 12 match winning streak. Obviously, this is going to be next, when? February? Yeah, 21st of February. So we'll see what's happening then, but at the moment, I think Napoli, well, Liverpool did beat them, actually, so they probably stopped that winning streak now. I would say Napoli to win. Frankfurt are a really good team, though, so maybe 60% chance of Napoli winning, in my opinion. Okay, next one, RB Leipzig against Man City. This is an interesting one. Leipzig are a good team, but as far as I understand, their best player, Nkunku, is going to Chelsea. I don't know if it's going to be in the transfer window that's coming up. I think it is. In which case, it severely weakens the team. He is really one of the best players in Europe right now. So, it does decrease their opportunity to win this somewhat against a very polished Man City side. So, I would say that Man City probably with a 70% chance of winning this match. But it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be a walkover. Leipzig have a good team, but taking their star man out of the equation, I think even with him, I would have said 60% chance of Man City winning. Okay, and then we've got Inter versus Porto. Fairly even actually, and due to the fact that Porto are on a really good run at the minute, I think they slightly have the advantage, but you can't say that Inter are definitely going to lose. So I'm going to say 55% chance Porto win, 45% Inter win. I like both teams, so I hope the best team wins. And that is... where did Tottenham slip away to? So... oh yes. Okay, so we talked about a couple of those, so let's have a look. What have we got here? So, have I already done... No, I haven't. I missed those. Okay. So, Milan against Tottenham. Based on current form, I think Milan actually would be the favourites here. Tottenham are a good team. They got high in the league in England, in the Premier League. But I don't trust them to get a result when they need one, especially against a bigger team. So I think Milan actually have about... they're the favourites for me in this one. I'd say 60-40% chance that Milan win. And how can I have forgotten this? So because Paris Saint-Germain finished second in their group, Sporting scoring that last-minute winner to make it 6-1 in Israel, they've drawn Bayern Munich. Well, that's insane, isn't it? That's the best tie by a million miles. That could be the final. Let's say that. I think I may have at the beginning predicted that as the final. Wow. I still think that Bayern are better though. I still think they're a better team, better individuals. Probably Paris Saint-Germain, better team, Bayern Munich. So I'm going to say 55% chance Bayern Munich win. And if Paris Saint-Germain beat them, then I think they have to be favourites for the competition. Because Bayern are an extremely strong team, again. And yeah, what an enthralling tie. I can't wait. Very exciting. Okay, let's jump to the Europa League then. Okay, so I'm still getting my head around the changes to the competition. So if you remember, if you finished top of the table, then that meant that you go through to the round of 16. But if you finish second, it means you have to have a playoff with the team that's coming down in the third place from the Champions League. And the same is going to happen in the Conference League. So, for example, Arsenal finished top in Group A with 15 points. That means they're safely through to the knockout. But there's a playoff round now. So PSV are through to this playoff round. So they have to face one of the teams coming down from the Champions League. Equally, Glimt finished third. So they are going to be in a playoff with a conference team that finished second. And Zurich finishing fourth are out. So that's how this is going to work. Arsenal, PSV, Glimt. So we can say that PSV is through, but they have to have a very difficult tie against a Champions League team. Okay, Group B, Fenerbahce are through. They're definitely in the next round. Rennes, not just because of that draw, they would have had to win by a couple of goals, but it didn't help. are through to the knockouts. Larnaca are dropping down to the Conference League. Dinamo Kiev are out. Okay, Betis are through. Roma get that playoff spot, and a disgruntled Ludogorets are going down to the Conference League. Helsinki are out. Despite losing at home, Union Saint-Gilloise are through. Union Berlin just nip Braga to the second spot, so Braga are going to the Conference League playoffs. Malmö are out. As I said, significantly, Man United needed a second goal. They couldn't find it, so Real Sociedad are through. Man United are into a playoff. We're going to find out in a second who they get. It's fairly comical. And Sheriff finish third, so they go down to the Conference League playoffs. Group F, Feyenoord are through. Oh my god. Look at that team. Look at that group. 8 points, 8 points, 8.8 points. That's harsh. He was on goal difference. Oh, actually even more than goal difference, because Midtjylland finished second with the same goal difference. 4. That is nuts. Okay. This is why it's much more exciting than it used to be. So Feyenoord are through. Midtjylland get the playoff spot. On goal difference, Lazio are down to the Conference League. And Sturm Graz, having the same points as the first place team, are out of Europe. Devastating. Group G, Freiburg are through. Nantes go to the playoff, and Karabakh drop down to the playoffs in the Conference League. Olympiacos are out. And in Group H, Ferencváros finish top. Monaco second into the playoffs, and Trabzonspor through the playoffs of the Conference League. Red Star Crvena are out. Okay, let's look at the matches then. So, the playoffs are as follows. We're going to have a little look. Scroll down a little bit more. Scroll down a little bit more. Here we go. That is right. Man United have got Barcelona. Ouch. Can you say ouch in Spanish? Yeah, so Barcelona, they could be out of Europe by March, or Man United could be out of Europe by March, which is a disaster for both teams when you think about it. Two of the highest profile teams in Europe fighting to stay in the Europa League. It does raise the profile of the Europa League somewhat, it must be said. What a match. Can't wait. We're going to find it difficult to beat that, but we'll try. So, then Shakhtar Donetsk are against Rennes. I'm really enjoying watching both teams, so I'm happy with either one winning. Oh, I think Man United might edge Barcelona, but it's like 51-52%. I think Rennes might win against Shakhtar, but again it's about 55%, maybe less. Ajax have drawn Union Berlin. I think on paper Ajax, but on form Union Berlin, so I'm 50-50. I can't really pick a winner on that one. I think it's extremely equal. So good luck to them. Salzburg, Roma. I think they're not. How can I put it? So they're not in great form, actually, even though they've got a great squad. So I hate to say it, but I think Salzburg might be the better team at the minute. But then, this is in February, it's a long way to go. So I don't know what to say. So I think I'm going to go Salzburg. 51% chance of winning. Because I think Roma have the better team, squad, but at the minute team, no. Okay, Juve against Nantes. Juve started to pick up in Serie A. They played pretty decent against Inter the other week. Nantes. I mean, they're not a bad team. Are they third in the league? Again, these are really interesting ties. I really like this change of the format. Much more interesting now, isn't it? I think Juve, but like 51%. Okay, Sporting Midtjylland. I have been enjoying watching the Sporting team. I think they were unlucky to finish third. Like I said, up to the last second they were through. So I have to go with them. This is a bit easier for me. I think Midtjylland are a good team, but Sporting are really classy. So 60% chance Sporting. Leverkusen have improved. Monaco are improving as well. This is incredibly tight. I think Leverkusen, but 55%. And then lastly, Sevilla against PSV. Sevilla have got the potential to finish really high in the Spanish division. They probably can't this season, they're too far behind. But they are getting back to form now, moving away from the relegation zone. PSV are more of a finished team. So it depends. If Sevilla is in form by mid-February, then they win. But at the minute, right now, PSV win. So I'm going to say PSV, 55% chance of winning. Okay, Conference League then. Okay, so if you finish top of your group, you are through to the knockout rounds. If you finish second, you've got to face whoever came third in the Europa League. So Istanbul, Başakşehir are through on goal difference. Fiorentina are in the playoffs. Hearts and RFS are out. Group B, West Ham are through, Anderlecht gets second. That means Silkeborg and Bucharest are out. Villarreal and Lech Poznan are through, Lech going to the playoffs. Beersheva and Austria Vienna are out. Nice finished top on goal difference. Partizan finished second. Cologne are out with Slovatsko. Group B, Alkmaar are through. Dnipro finished second. Apollon and Vaduz are out. Group F, Djurgården are through. Gent to the playoffs. Molde and Shamrock are out. Group G, Sivasspor finished top. Cluj gets second in the playoffs. Slavia Praha are out, as well as Balkani. And Group H, Slovan Bratislava, what a turnaround. They finished top. It looks like goals scored maybe. And Bâle are second now. Didn't see that coming a few weeks ago. Punic and Žalgiris are out. Okay, so let's look at the draw then. So we've got... Oh, it's gone into this. Okay, there we are. Oh no, hang on a minute. What's happened? Oh, because I've already done that draw. Because, yeah, it's the same for both. Because Nantes finished second, Juve finished... Oh no, Juve in the Champions League. No, that's not right. Where are the... Okay, give me a second, I'll find it, hang on. Okay, so for some reason it's not on the official app, but I found it on FootMob. So, Bodø Glimt play off against Lech Poznan. Very even teams. I haven't seen Lech play this season, so I don't feel comfortable guessing too much. I've seen Bodø Glimt and I thought they were impressive against Arsenal at home. So I'd say it's very even, 50% each, I think. Okay, Braga against Fiorentina. I have enjoyed watching some of Fiorentina's games. I think that they are really picking up form. They've got some great individuals that are learning to be a team. I think they have a slightly better chance of winning this tie, so maybe 55% chance Fiorentina win. Karabakh against Gent. Now Karabakh have pulled out some big results. Gent have been a little bit topsy-turvy with their form, but I think that they've probably got the resources and the team and the squad to get through. So I'm going to say 55% chance Gent will win. Trabzonspor against Bâle. Another pretty even contest. I think Trabzonspor probably with a better chance of winning, so 55% chance there, but very equal. Larnaca against Dnipro. Dnipro are actually top of the Ukrainian Premier League. I didn't realise this. Larnaca, I'm not sure how they're doing at home. in their domestic league, but I would say that because I know a little bit more about Dnipro, I probably would see them going through. So 55-60% chance to Dnipro. Okay, next, Sheriff against Partizan Beograd. I don't have any clue. I think Sheriff are a good team. Maybe they have a slightly better chance, maybe 55%. Wouldn't be shocked if Partizan won that though. Lazio Cluj. I watch Lazio fairly frequently. I've seen Cluj once or twice and they didn't play brilliantly, but they have finished second, so, but I think realistically the individuals that Lazio have, they should be winning this trophy altogether, so I'm going to say 60% chance Lazio win. And then Ludogorets against Anderlecht. So Anderlecht finished second in West Ham's group. I watched them play West Ham and they were quite poor. They've got some really good youngsters coming through, so they can beat teams, but when I watched Ludogorets against Roma, I was really impressed with them. I thought that, I mean, they've got loads of Brazilian and Argentinian players, and they are a really good team. So I see Ludogorets winning that one. Probably 60% chance of them winning. Yeah. So we'll see. I fully expect to be horrifically wrong. Okay, add your comments, tell me what you think, tell me if I'm bonkers, if I'm crazy, if I'm nuts. Do you disagree with me? Drop a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the video. And that's all, folks, for Champions League until March. I'll be doing lots of content coming up soon for the World Cup, of course. Can't wait for that, starting a week when this video comes out, a week tomorrow. So yeah, only 8 days to go, guys. Can't wait. See you soon. Take care.